Broadcast live here on Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out here well before the top of the hour, give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. That's what we do here on the drive-thru, Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time, and deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern time and later. And to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pig Dogs and at Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek here. Who's on the show here with us today? All right, with us is Tony Brown. Got Jay Briggs, Alex Smart, Millz Young, Shane Mickle, Big Al McMordie. We're trying to get Ninos. He's having some connectivity issues. Hope we can join us. We do have his pick. Here's how they'll line up for this evening. Smart, Ninos, McMordie, Mickle, Brown, Young, Briggs, and I will close this one out. All right, on the docket today, a handful of games here from Major League Baseball here in the primetime hours, but we got 7 games here from college football in the FBS here, FBS versus FBS teams. There are some FCS action out there as well. A lot of the U.S.-based sports books have lines out for them as well, so we're starting to see this betting board start to expand. But let's go ahead, let's get this one underway. Let's welcome in Alex Smart. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium, where he's done really well up there as well. Let's bring him in. Alex, what's happening?
Great, Tony. Ready for some football, and let's rock and roll. Go here with some college football today. Actually, not today, for Saturday's game. I'm going to pull out something for Saturday instead. And the game is BYU versus explosive South Florida. Unfortunately, South Florida is explosive, but their defense is absolutely atrocious. Don't think they're going to make much of a change this year. Something very interesting, just looking at, some long-term trends, which I'm always interested in. And, no matter what, I know there's different teams, different situations, and everything always seems to, but there's a sort of like an algorithm or something that just seems to happen consistently when you have games like this. And this one's very interesting because I'll tell you, so 30 of the last 31 times since 1992, when a home underdog like South Florida, in the first week of the season, after closing out last season with 5 or more straight losses, they do have an experienced quarterback, a couple experienced quarterbacks now at the helm. They just won in 30 in those games. Now that's straight up, but the part that attaches to our qualifying side concept is that the average is by 21.7 points per game. Pretty well almost double what they're asking us to cover here today. So I'm taking that into consideration. Of course, it's not the end all, but we've got a team that's won back-to-back 10 win seasons with BYU. I think they're still uptrending no matter what any of the pundits think. And, covering 12 points, it's not a big deal for a team like this. Anything under 2 touchdowns and against a defense like South Florida is going to have, in my opinion, I think we have a good bet here. We're going to go with BYU. We're going to lay the points and bring them home.
All right, we've got on board here with Alex Smart. He's going to go ahead here and take on BYU here, laying the points on the road here against the South Florida team. Yeah, this South Florida team was just been a mess here for the past couple of seasons. We do have some experience here coming here from this Cougars team.
Yeah, the Cougars. This is a winning team. This has been a winning program for a long time with a lot of pride. These kids in Mormon land really, they show up to play and they play hard, very dedicated. And most of them are not having huge parties on weekends, so they'll be here to play this Saturday and taking care of homework and their play on the field, which is key to my concept that maybe South Florida is not so much. South Florida is more of a party university. If that's a little bit of strange handicapping, think about it. I'm pretty close to what I'm saying here with those 2 schools.
Yeah, they opened up against Wisconsin last year and got pounded. Their offense has just been the biggest struggle here. BYU here laying the 11.5 against USF. If this was a Saturday game, we have a short card today, so we'll get the Saturday game in. This one at 1 Eastern time. All right, Alex, let's take a look over at Pig Dogs Premium here for tonight's action. Of course, as you know, top unit producer in the NFL. We put that up there because we're 1 week away from the start of the NFL, but we got 7 games on the board here from college football. Handful here, about 3 in the prime time from Major League Baseball. So a good profit over the past 30 days. What do you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Well, we've got a whole weekend slot of football. We've got 1 key selection this evening. We've got 2 more for Friday night. We've got 5 more for Saturday. and we have one on Sunday with that Florida State LSU matchup. And they'll all be posted in individual packages up on the site here this evening or early tomorrow morning, and you'll be able to get everything you need and more. Lots of winners.
That's a winner show. I'm Alex Smart, guys. Get on board with Alex Smart over at Pick Dogs. Premium, showing great profit over the last 30 days. Here we are today here on College Football Thursday. Featured play right now here from Alex is the game tonight between West Virginia and Pittsburgh. You can get that right now individually. Credit guarantee, which means must show profit or the amount you paid for is returned back to you in site credits for the site. Action up there right now from Alex, so get on board. It's probably a good time to get on board with that 7-day sports pass from Alex. You'll get all of Alex's premium plays for 7 days. That will include all his baseball as well as college football. Remember, college football is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Labor Day Monday. So lots of action here in college football with that 7-day sports pass. So get on board. You can use the 2-for-1 capper promotion. You can add a second capper, even greater value there when you get on board with Alex Smart over at Pick Dogs. All right, Alex, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success. We'll talk with you again next week.
Yeah, let's have some weekends of winners and have a great weekend too, guys. Take care. See you.
Yeah, Alex Smart here on the drive to Let's Continue our coverage here. I'm going. Looks like Ninos is still having some connectivity issues, and let's go ahead and bring in Big Al McMordie. You'll find Big Al over at Pick Dogs, a fantastic performer here for 2022 as a top unit producer last year over at Pick Dogs, and doing great work again this season. Let's bring in Big Al. How are you doing today?
Doing okay. No complaints. Had a nice winner here for free yesterday. Easy winner on the St. Louis Cardinals, minus 1.5 runs.
Yeah, it certainly was. one half runs there with the Cardinals there. But tonight we're going here to college football at 8 Eastern time as Missouri Tigers will be on the field here facing Louisiana Tech. We got Missouri here minus 20, total 61.5.
Yeah, Louisiana Tech out of Conference USA, and I'm going to go against Louisiana Tech here as a big underdog. If you take a look at how Conference USA teams have done when they're playing opponents, playing their home opener, Conference USA teams are 0-69 straight up, 19-50 ATS against teams playing their home opener if they're non-conference, of course, if they're priced from plus 13 to plus 26.5 points. So that doesn't bode well for the Bulldogs here. And the other thing I like to do is I like to take a look at teams that had a losing record the previous year early in the season, like Missouri. Missouri was 6-7 last season. And those teams, when they're priced fairly high, actually do fairly well. When they're priced from minus 11.5 to minus 27.5 points in non-conference games, they've covered 62%, 213 and 152 ATS going back 42 years early in the season. So I'm going to lay the points with Missouri and look for a blowout win tonight.
All right, so we got Big Al here on Missouri here, minus 20 here against Louisiana Tech. Of course, Tigers do lose their top running back on Tyler Beatty, who rushed for almost nearly 1,700 yards, 54 catches. So there'll be some reloading here for Missouri. Also, an issue here with Missouri was last year was their defense.
Yeah, it's a new year, and all that gets, as how I look at things, all of that gets baked into the cake. So I'm looking for them to come out strong tonight.
All right, Missouri here, minus 20 against Louisiana Tech. This one to have a start time of 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Big Al, let's go over at Pick Dogs premium action here for tonight. Showing great results here for 2022, 2,723 units of profit, all documented over at Pick Dogs. And of course, tonight we've got 7-game card here from college football, handful here from Major League Baseball. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs premium?
Well, I've got 4 football plays already posted for Saturday. Might have a 5th and or 6th, depending on where the point spread moves in the other 2 games I'm looking at. I've got baseball tonight, although I'm not sure if I think maybe it's actually already started. I've kind of lost track of time here, so my baseball game may be off the board by now. But folks can get on with 4 football plays on Saturday, or better yet, join for a week or for a month to get all of my award-winning plays.
That's right, guys. Got on board with Big Al McMordie over at Pick Dogs Premium. Great results here for 2022. 2,723 units of profit. Big Al on the board tonight here with some plays here from college football, FBS football elite winner here, as well as a high roller play from Big Al over at Pick Dogs. 4 individual plays right now on the board from Big Al McMordie here from college football. So you want to get on board. As Al was talking about, that 7-day Al Sports Pass might be a good way to get the Al's play here. You get all of Big Al's premium plays for 7 days. We include all his college football. And remember, college football runs Thursday through Monday this week, as well as all his baseball here for 7 days as we're getting ready for the stretch run as we move into September. So good time to get on board with Big Al's 7-day all sports pass. You can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. Hey, if you want some of the NFL, that 1 month all sports pass, that's 4 weeks of baseball, 3 weeks of NFL. Big Al, we always talk about this. Been documented for 31 years, and your performance in all the sports have been great, but in college football and NFL as well.
Yes, college football, NFL, I've cashed 22 of the past 30 years. I've won each of the last 10 years in a row in the NFL. That's probably my favorite sport to handicap. Then I've had great success in basketball as well. I've cashed 22 of the last 30 years in NBA and college combined as well.
That's right. You feel confident if you want to get in that 1 year all sports pass from Big Al. Get on board there. All of Al's plays it for the year, including all the major sports and postseasons. All right, Big Al, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you again next week. But I know you also contribute to the weekend shows, some big football shows coming up on the weekends at Pick Dogs.
Yeah, Saturday and Sunday on the YouTube channel at Pick Dogs. I might be traveling next week. I'm going to be in Washington, D.C., Tony. I think I leave Thursday. So I'll be with you here on Wednesday, but I'll miss the Thursday show.
Gotcha. So I'll catch you on Wednesday. Have a great trip, and we'll talk with you again next week.
Thanks, Tony. Good luck to you.
You got it. Big Al McMordie here on the drive. Let's continue our coverage. I think we're having some difficulty getting El Ninos. We'll see if we can reconnect with him. But I do have his picks. So if you missed any of our picks, by the way, we'll do a complete recap at the end of the show. Let's move on here on the drive-thru. Let's go ahead and welcome in Shane Mickle, some more college football coverage here. You'll find Shane Mickle over at Pick Dogs Premium, where he does great work up there. I think we're ready to bring him in right now. We'll be looking at this Minnesota game. They play in New Mexico State here, about 9 Eastern time. So we'll get ready to bring in Shane Mickle. Shane, what's happening?
How's it going tonight, Tony?
Pretty good. I picked the game you were I picked, but I had a feeling I knew which game you were going to take. We're on it right here. Here we go. 9 Eastern time, a team near and dear to you, Minnesota Golden Gophers. I feel bad you're gonna have go through another year with this quarterback, but we'll talk about this a little later. Minnesota here hosting New Mexico State. Minnesota here minus 36, total 52.5.
Yeah, this play here, I've got to play on the side as my premium picks, but this is a premium level play. If I'd feel comfortable giving out 2 premium plays for the same game, this would be a premium play. But I decided to keep it for free for here. I think this game is low scoring. New Mexico State's already played once this season, and the one thing we learned was that they have issues moving the ball. They don't have great quarterback play. They had struggles running the ball, and this is a Gophers team defense that is often overlooked. The stats might not be flashy, but it's a team that can get off the field on 3rd down and do a good job of limiting touchdowns. I think they do that again here. And then the Gophers offense, Fleck has made it very clear this is a run-first game. And with Tanner Morgan under center, that's kind of what you have to do. I'm not sure why he's still the quarterback here for the Gophers. They have 2 quarterbacks behind him that are probably better, and they're probably to find more success. But I think that they're going to score here for sure, and score plenty. But I think this total is too high. The only real concern I have is there is a PJ Fleck and Jerry Kill factor coming into this game. Jerry Kill has made it very clear he doesn't like PJ Fleck, and Fleck made it clear a couple of years ago that he liked him. It could be a situation where Fleck decides he wants to run up the score on Kill, but I don't think that's the type of coach he is. That'd be the only real concern about not betting the under here. But I think this game is low scoring. I think that the under is going to cash here with ease.
All right, we got Shane looking here at the under 52.5 here in New Mexico State and Minnesota. Shot for the best number because you've seen a lot of movement here, especially as we get closer and closer to kickoff time in this one. As we mentioned before, here, Minnesota a really good running attack. They've had some bad luck here with the running backs getting injured, but boy, that running back position is really stocked right now. And of course, we've talked about Tanner Morgan, just 59% completion rate. That doesn't get it done in the Big Ten, a conference like the Big Ten. You got to be really accurate there. And if you're just one-dimensional, you're going to have trouble beating some of these elite programs in that goal. But again, as you mentioned here, this Minnesota defense has been rock solid. I think Minnesota State's going to have a hard time scoring here in this game.
Yeah, for sure. This Gophers defense is loaded. And this is a defense that's got a lot of 4th and 5th year players on it, and even the 3rd-year players. They've been in the program. PJ Fleck loves to rotate guys. So these are guys who have seen plenty of experience on the field so far. And getting back to that Tanner Morgan point, there is hope around around here with Kirk Soraka back under as the offensive coordinator that we get back to those 2019 years where Morgan had his best year, but you have to remember out wide in that year was Rashad Bateman and Tyler Johnson. We still have a couple good wide receivers this year for the Gophers, but this isn't Rashad Bateman out there and Tyler Johnson out there. I think that this and even so, even if that is the case and that's what ends up being a Big Ten play, and he does play well. This is a game where the Gophers are just going to control the clock, try to avoid injuries, and get out there with a win. This isn't a game where they're trying to put up 40 or 50 points.
Yeah, but they got a D2 school next week, so it's kind of like a nice little start to the season here with a couple cupcakes. New Mexico State, Minnesota, under total of 52.5, and this one will get a start time here of 9 Eastern Time, Big Ten Network. All right, Shane, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Sprint, where you produced some really good results here last year in both NFL and college football, and this year, look at this, 1,012 units of profit the last 7 days. Shane Mickle has been on absolute fire. Handful from baseball, 7 from college football tonight. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, my baseball plays are off the board, but I've got 3 college football plays tonight, all in a 3-pack, $39.99. That does include my side play on this game, and then a few other, two other games. But hop on that long-term pass. If you hop on that 3-day pass, you get all the college football tonight. Probably 2 or 3 college football plays for tomorrow, plus all my MLB, and then on Saturday it's college football, MLB, UFC. If I decide there's a play I want to put on my premium card, that's only I think $79.99 for that 3-day pass. So that's definitely your best bang for your buck. Or hop on that long-term college football pass. You're just looking for football. I have my season college football pass out there, or my 2-for-1 pass where it's my college football and NFL at a very low affordable price too.
All right, guys, again, I'm board here with Shane Mickle over at Pick Dogs. Great results here in the football last year, both NFL and college football. Look at the numbers here the last 7 days, 1,012 units of profit. This is all documented. You go to Shane's handicapper page over at Pick Dogs. Go down to pick history. You can see every play there. It's documented. These plays are graded immediately tonight on the board. Thursday night college football 3-pack, affordably priced, $39. Credit guarantee, which means this package must turn a profit, or the amount you purchased for is credited back in your account for side credit. So that's what credit guarantee means. So good time to get on board right now with Shane Mickle's 3-pack from college football, where he's been on absolute fire right now. These plays are also plays individually on the board. Of course, as Shane was talking about the long-term pass, the 7-day All Sports Pass will get you all of Shane's plays, or get you covered this Labor Day weekend with college football. Remember, we got college football Thursday through Monday, and that 7-day pass will have you covered. Also, that 7-day pass will also hit you covered with UFC, because Shane does cover UFC for Sports Chat Place. A lot of write-ups there, so he's in the know here in UFC. So that will be also part of it. It's, of course, all his baseball coverage as well. Under that 7-day pass. And if Shane gets that Bills-Ram game in on Wednesday, well, then you also have that one in that 7-day All Sports Pass, which you likely do. These cappers usually do that on those 7-day passes. They make sure that you get that Thursday NFL on. If you get signed up for that 7-day pass to get that in early the night before. So get on board there. You can add a second capper with that 7-day All Sports Pass for a 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Shane, it's always great having the show. Have yourself a great evening. We'll talk with you again next week. But I know you also contribute over to Sports Chat Place with the UFC coverage as well. And I don't know, now that we're in the football scene, if we'll be part of the football weekend shows on with Mitch and company.
Yeah, weekends are still pretty tough for me to swing, especially in the mornings. I'm usually out doing things, but I'm gonna try to make at least a few a month. But yeah, check out all the coverage on Pick Dogs. I do college football for Pick Dogs and UFC, and then there's still the WNBA going on. It's a playoffs, lighter slates, but every single write-up is over on Sports Chat Place. So there's plenty of free plays on these shows and then across both sites.
That's right, guys. So check out Shane Mickle. Get on board with that 7-day All Sports Pass. If you've seen a premium there for the WNBA playoffs, they'll also be part of your members package. All right, Shane, keep up the great work. We'll talk with you again next week.
Sounds good. Have a good weekend, Tony.
You got it. Shane Mickle here on the Drive Thru. Guys, if you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap at the end of the show. Still having trouble getting connecting here with Al. Send him a couple. El Nino, send him a couple of texts. But we do have his pick, so we'll reveal his pick for you here during the recap. Let's continue on here on the Drive Thru. We're going to go over to steamy, hot Las Vegas, Nevada, with triple digits with 11, 118, 112. But around that area, those temps, it's hot. It's hot in Vegas. But let's bring him in right now. Tony Brown, you'll find him over at Pick Dogs, where he does great work up there. I think let me see, I went a little too far there. Let me go ahead and get him in right now. Tony Brown. Looking forward to those. He's also a follower of the Raiders. Let's bring him in. Tony Brown, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony? How you doing?
Doing great. All right, here we go at 9:40 East time. Major League Baseball coverage as the Diamondbacks here host the Brewers. Brewers here favored here on the road at -140, total 7.5.
Yeah, this one is tricky. I mean, the numbers all point right for the Brewers. They should be favored. They got Woodard on the mound. He's the better pitcher or whatever. But just this one, I have a gut feeling about this one. Arizona's been playing absolutely on fire. They were on a 5-game winning streak, and then they lost bad to Philly. It was funny, Alex mentioned earlier, like he had a style of capping about, like, you know, the kids at the Mormon school are going to be more prepared, and it's just little things like that, but those things go a long way, and I actually think I cap pride sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, these teams are all MLB players. They're all multi-millionaires. You know what I mean? Even the worst teams in the league, like, these guys all worked hard to get here. They got beat 18-2 last night. So, you know what I mean? They're going to come out smoking. They got their owners that's looking at them kind of funny. They got their fans looking at them kind of funny. You know what I mean? So these guys are going to come out and lay it all on the line. They're going to play their best ball, and they got their ace on the mound. Is he as good as Woodard? No, but he's not that many steps away. Merrill Kelly's been on absolute fire this year. He's playing some of his best baseball. And I just think this all adds up to a great upset spot for Arizona at home.
All right, now we got Tony Brown here with the Arizona Diamondbacks +120 against the Phillies. Against the Brewers. Yeah, they took care of the Phillies. They lost that one game, but they had scored 25 runs the previous 2 games. So this team was on fire. Of course, Merrill Kelly, as you mentioned, he's put up some really good numbers here. 26 starts, okay? He's started 26 games, so this guy's durable, right? He's been there. An ERA of 2.97. Now, as we wind down the season, you know, these pitchers might have 4 or 5 starts left, and of course, they're all, you know, you're always pitching for the next contract, Tony Brown. If you can close the season with an ERA under 2, that adds a lot more dollars to that next contract.
Period. Those are like key words and buzzwords in contract negotiations. Sub-2 ERA. And
sub 3,
like
sub 3.
that.
Yeah,
So,
I should have said sub 3. That's right. Yep.
Yeah, even sub 3. This is a hidden type of league nowadays. People putting up 25 runs in a series, 18 runs in a night. So even sub 3 is not that bad. So yeah, those are buzzwords in the contract negotiation time. And like I say, when you have your ace on your mound, you're at home, you just got embarrassed, and like they're not playing that bad. 1 loss in 6 games isn't that bad. They still won the series versus Philly. I'm just gonna keep Arizona for my small dog. I'd rather pay the no juice and get the small upset money than pay that juice with a road team that, you know, isn't that much far ahead of Arizona in my opinion.
Yeah, since they traded away their big stud closer, the Brewers have not been the same team. They've had some struggles, and of course, you know, an ERA of 2.97 for Merrill Kelly with 4 to 5 starts left in the season. You keep that ERA under 3, that next contract comes up. That's going to look really sweet on that resume as you negotiate that next one. Arizona here +120 against the Brewers. It's about the green, man. It's about the green. Don't ever forget that. 9:40 Eastern time in this one. All right, Tony Brown, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Spin for tonight. 3 games remain on the board here. Your Dodgers need to come back from this one tonight if you're in game here. They're down 3-2, but still top of the 7th. A lot of time left in this one. But anyway, 3 games in baseball. We got those 7 games in college football. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, I had a 3-pack. 2 of the games went off already. The Dodgers, like you said, they're in the game. We already won our game this morning with our early rider. So I got 1 more game left for today, and then this weekend card is going to be packed. I already got my 2 Friday picks up. I'm going to have about 2 or 3 more in the MLB. We got college football. We got MMA coming up this weekend. Huge card coming up this weekend, and we're going to break the bookie down pretty bad. That's
right, guys. Break the bookie down real bad here with Tony Brown over at Pick Dogs Premium. 7-game card from college football. Get on board right now with Tony Brown over at Pick Dogs. He does have an MLB play up here on this prime-time card. Of course, if you prefer, you can go long-term with Tony Brown. 3, 7, or 30 sports pass. You get all of Tony Brown's premium plays for that period of time. He'll be in action here with Major League Baseball as well as college football. NFL starts a week from today with the Bills and Rams. And Of course, Tony Brown, we're in this all year round. And, of course, we've got that VIP 1-year sports pass. That's probably the best value up there because for the everyday bettor, you can't go wrong there with that 1-year all sports pass because you're in action, all the major sports, your basketball, your baseball, pro and college, as well as football. And, of course, the NHL, we've had some great years.
Yeah, I mean, in a minute, literally a minute, a couple weeks from now, for sure in a month, we're going to have NHL plays up, MLB plays up, NBA plays up, NFL plays up, college football games up, everything's going to be rolling at once. Now, if you only play one sport, then sure, get you a sports pass, weekly, weekend pass, and do your thing. But if you're going to play all of those games, if you're going to bet all of those games, and you want to make money in all of those sports like I always do, then the year pass is the only way to go. It's not a season pass. You don't get upsold. It's not like for the playoffs you have to pay more or the World Series. It's every single pick I release from every sport, playoffs and championship picks included, with my VIP All Sports Pass. It's a 365 days to play.
There you go. From Tony Brown, that VIP 1-year All Sports Pass. Get on board right now with Tony Brown. All right, Tony, it's always great having you on the show. Hey, when the Dodgers are in progress, I got to go to the live betting. Live in game right now, 3-2 the Mets. With no outs, Dodgers up here top of the 7th. Right now, the Mets are minus 190. The Dodgers coming back at plus 155. Total 7.5. The game sits at 5. How do you see it, Tony Brown? In game.
Dodgers plus 155 to come back.
All right, in-game pick from Tony Brown. Dodgers to come back at plus 155 here. They're down. They got a guy on first now. 3-2, no outs, top of 7th. All right, Tony Brown, appreciate having you on the show. Continue that great success. We'll talk with you again next week.
All right, I always appreciate being here, and thanks for having me, Tony. I'll see you guys next week.
We got it. Tony Brown here on the drive-through, right, guys? So let's continue here on our coverage. I like to put a little in-game here once in a while. It's a lot of fun. Let's continue on here. By the way, if you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap at the end of the show. Ninos with technical issues, but we have his pick. We'll cover that during the recap. Let's continue on here on the drive-through. Let's bring in our man, Millz Young. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Prim, where he does great. Well, his UFC numbers have been on fire here. We got our UFC card coming again this weekend. Millz, what's happening in the heat of SoCal?
Man, what's good, man? Welcome, man. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Just trying to give you some plays to cash.
That's right. Plays to cash. Here we go. We've got a player tonight here at 7:20 Eastern Time. Braves here to host the Rockies. Braves, big favorites, total of 8, but you'll be looking at this one a different way.
Yeah, definitely, man. So here we go again. It seems like another day, another dollar, right? Where you going to go to try to get on top? Stay right here for Pick Dogs Player Prop. And I'm going to be talking about Spencer Strider, over 7.5 Ks. He's facing the Colorado Rockies. Out of that lineup, 6 of the batters in that lineup he faced already. Out of those 6 batters, check it out, only one person has a hit, and that's Jose Iglesias. No RBIs out of any of those 6 batters in the lineup. He faced this team already prior, I want to say it was in June or July. Only went 4 innings, but out of those 4 innings, man, he got 5 Ks out of there. So we're going at Spencer Strider, 8-4, 2.86 ERA, 1.03 WHIP, 158 Ks, ranking him 12th in the league right now. One thing that I like, he's going in 6 innings. Out of his last 10 games, he went into the 6th inning 10 times already. Out of those 10 games in his last 5, his K props, he hit that 3 of the last 5 times. So, something I'm gonna be looking at, Spencer Strider over 7.5 Ks to get his pay.
All right, over 7.5 strikeouts here from Spencer Strider. Yeah, he's been like you said, Millz, he's been the thing here. Fantastic work here. His pitch counts, he got over 100 pitches over his past 2 starts, going 6 innings. So they seem to be confident in this kid to go deep in games because you're seeing a lot of games where he's at 95, 93, 100, 103, 90, 98. He gets in a lot of. They're not babying him. He's getting his work.
Yeah, definitely. Another thing, I'm a little bit worried about, I would say about 3 weeks from now, I'm probably not going to be playing a strikeout prop just because they are going to have him probably at a pitching limit. With that being said, I would actually want to preserve his arm for the playoffs, and actually have him brought out there as maybe your number 2 or 3 starter. With that being said, Charlie Anderson, Morton Anderson, he hasn't been what we expected right now. Soroka still hasn't came back into the lineup. Kyle Wright's been lights out, most improved player of the year, in my opinion. But Spencer Strider, I think, is going to be where the Braves go. We already know what we're going to get from Max Fried. So, Yeah, I definitely think, going forward, we will be getting him on a pitch limit, but today he should be good to go.
Yeah, that's right, because his role will be, it looks like his role is going to be much more bigger now in the playoffs. We've seen Morton with his struggles. We've seen they can't find that fifth start as Odorizzi. We've seen issues with Ian Anderson. There's been kind of difficulty down the bottom. We've seen Unoa. We've seen Newcomb. Unoa sent to the minors. Newcomb shipped out to Chicago. They don't mess around in Atlanta. They don't mess around. If you're not performing, boom, you're either traded or sent to the minors. They don't mess around there.
Yeah, we held on to Ian Anderson, got ready to Tucson, one of our highly prospects, now he's over there with the Angels and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm ready for us to call up another pitcher, to be honest. It seems like anybody the Braves call up is just money. Michael Harris, money. Grisham, the other rookie that they called up, he's been money. So, Spencer Strider called up, this year. He's been nothing but money. So, yeah, I'm at the point right now, I don't think it's going to get any worse or any bad to anybody that we call out of our ballpark right now.
Yep, that's the way I like the way they hold players accountable, man. I love seeing these guys move down. If you got to get the job done, even the everyday players, they appreciate that type of style. It makes everyone play it at the best. I love it. Spencer Strider over 7.5 strikeouts against the Rockies. This one to have a start time here of 7:20. All right, Millz, let's take over at Pick Dogs Premium for tonight's action. Of course, we're putting up these MMA numbers. We got an MMA card coming up, UFC here for this weekend. The show with him and Brad, Aaron as well. We'll talk about that a little later. But right now, we've got 7 games on the board from college football, handful from Major League Baseball. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
One play left on the board. Got one play currently going on right now. I don't want to speak what it is right now, but man, I wish they would have left Kurtz on one more inning. So with that being said, I got a college football play up there to get you paid. Hey, it's Thursday, man. We got UFC coming around the corner. Get my 3-day pass today. You get my play for the day, my picks for Friday, and you get my whole UFC pass card, man. I got some big underdogs on the card. I got about 4 bets that I'm going to be uploading onto the site today. So, hey, like they say, you get that 3-day pass, you can't go wrong. You get that 7-day pass, you get more cash. You get that monthly pass, oh, man, it's just another day, another dollar. So, yeah, you can't go wrong. Tick me up with some of the hottest cappers out there. Tony T, #1 in baseball. My man Shane Mickle doing his thing. Tony Brown over there. Brian Bittler, Mitch Mueller. You can't go wrong. Big Al, Little Al, even the new one, Jay Briggs. Either way it go, we're going to get money to your pocket.
That's right, get money in your pocket, guys. Get on board here with Millz Young over at Pick Dogs Premium. Nearly 2,200 units of profit in MMA. That is all documented. Go over to Millz handicapper page over at Pick Dogs. Go down to Pick History. You can see every play. It's fully documented on the site. So get on board with Millz. Big college football, big bet of the day up there right now. Credit guarantee, must win, or that amount you paid for is credited back into your account for site credits. Of course, here we are on a Thursday. That 3-day all sports pass is the way to go. You get all of Millz's plays from Major League Baseball. Also, college football, that big card here for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Lots of action there. Of course, don't forget the UFC card there. So that 3-day pass is the way to go, Millz.
Yes, sir, man. That's the way to go right there, man.
That's it. Get the 3 days. Get all of Millz's plays, baseball, college football through Saturday, as well as that UFC card coming up. And, of course, you can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Millz, as always, great having you show. Keep up the great work. But I want to mention, of course, the UFC show with you and Brad. We got the card here for Saturday. It's aired, after the morning show on Saturday?
Look. That's why it's all about this, man. You got to hit that notification bell for Pick Dogs to see exactly when we go live. Because this card is going to be kicking off real early in the morning, okay? So we're going on right after the Pick Dogs morning show. It's not a preset time. It can be at 15th minute, the 23rd minute, the 30th minute. It don't matter, but just hit that notification and subscribe. We're going to be going live, giving you our best plays and picks. This UFC Paris card. Cyril Gane versus Tua Tuivasa.
There you go, guys. Get on board here with Millz, and of course set those notifications so when Brad and Millz are live, you're live with them. Get those great UFC picks. His numbers have been outstanding here in the UFC. We'll flash it up there again for you. It's been impressive here. Look at that, 2,197 units of profit. And of course, you want to like, subscribe, and hit that bell there. So when he's on the air with Brad, you're there with him. Okay, you want to be there with him and get those picks and get the best numbers, because remember, these markets move like crazy on fight night. So you definitely want to be on. You definitely want to be on there with Brad. All right, or with Brad and Millz. All right, Millz, keep up the great work. We'll talk with you again next week.
All right, man. Thanks for having me on, man. Hopefully everybody wins their best and just have a good night. Hug your family.
That's right, indeed. Millz Young here on the drive. So let's continue here with our coverage, guys. If you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap here at the end of the show. Let's continue on right now. Let's go ahead and welcome in Jay Briggs. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Man, he had a monster NFL preseason. Man, his numbers have been great up there on the site. So we're bringing Jay right now. I think we can find him here. We're going to have coverage here from a game here at the top of the hour from college football. One of the high-profile games. We're going big game hunting here with Jay. Jay, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony?
All right, here we go. Marquee matchup, college football tonight, 7 Eastern time. We have a big rivalry battle here between Pittsburgh Panthers here hosting West Virginia Mountaineers. Pittsburgh here, 7.5, total 52.
Yeah, man, like you said, we got a big game here. Probably a lot of action on this game. This is how I'm looking at it. We know what's going on. Pittsburgh 11-3 last season, ACC champs. West Virginia 6-7 last season. Oh, they did all right in the Big 12. Both teams though are coming off significant roster turnover. Most notably at quarterback. Both teams have quarterback transfers. Both of the quarterback transfers used to be at USC. For Pittsburgh, they have Kendon Slovis. He has big shoes to fill for Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett is now with the Pittsburgh Steelers, but Slovis in his final year at USC threw 11 touchdowns, 8 interceptions before he lost his starting gig. And their best wide receiver for Pittsburgh transferred to USC. So that's what I'm looking at on the Pittsburgh side. On West Virginia side, they got a quarterback, like I said, he was at USC at one point in time. JT Daniels, his biggest problem is he just doesn't stay healthy. He looked pretty good at USC before he got hurt. He was at Georgia a little bit before he got hurt. I like him as a talent, though. I think he can get at this Pitt defense tonight. Pitt's defense last night, although their offense was good, their defense was terrible. They let Western Michigan tear them up. They let Georgia Tech tear them up. Miami, Virginia, and Michigan State last year defensively. In a game like this, man, I see it being a real close game. I think the Mountaineers play Pitt closer than a lot of people think. I'm gonna take that 7.5 in my pocket. Even if they win by a touchdown, we got the hook in our back pocket. Give me the Mountaineers here. Pitt last year, Pitt is 3-7 in their last 10 home games when favored by 7. I like West Virginia here. Take the Mountaineers and let's make some money tonight.
Yeah, Mountaineers plus 7.5 here against Pittsburgh. Yeah, it's hard to argue that one. The one thing here with the Panthers, it's been a good run defense, but teams have been able to throw the football on this Pittsburgh defense. And of course, you also look here at the change here with offensive coordinator here at West Virginia. We're getting Graham Harrell, who is from Texas Tech, brings that kind of quick pass strike offense there, and that usually using the pass as a run. So you're going away from the strengths of Pittsburgh, which is run defense. Now you're going to have a high volume passer with JT Daniels at quarterback running this up tempo offense. I don't think that works to Pittsburgh's strength. As we said, their strength is stopping the run, and now you're going to get a lot of passes up here. Mountaineers offensive line, all 5 starters back, and you don't have to hold your blocks as long when you play this type of style, that Texas Tech style. Sometimes you don't even see those Red Raiders back with Leach days. Sometimes they didn't even line up in the 3-point stance. They just put their elbows on their knees because they run the Big 12. They run it so fast up there. So I just think here this new style here from West Virginia might give Pittsburgh a little difficulty defensively.
I think you're right too, man. I just see this game being closer than people think. I think this line's so big because of what Pitt was last year. But like I said, they got a lot of roster turnover, so we don't necessarily know if they're that exact team from last year. So I like the points here. Week 1, I think this is a pretty solid play. I almost put it in as a premium today. I didn't. I stayed away from it as a premium. But I'm giving y'all here today on the drive-through. I believe it cash, and let's make some money tonight.
Some money, exactly. West Virginia plus 7.5 against Pitt. This one to have a start time here, top of the hour on ESPN. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium for tonight's action. Showing great results here for 2022. 473 units of profit for 2022. That is all documented over at the site, so you can verify all those numbers. Handful of games here for Major League Baseball. Looks like we have about 3 games here in prime time, as well as 7 games here from college football from the major conferences. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs?
All I have up there left for tonight is my college football game of the night. I think that starts at 6, so y'all want to hop on that right now if y'all want to get that. My baseball already off for the day. I had the Royals. They let me down today. It's all good. We're going to get back on the horse tomorrow. Best bet it's been pretty hot lately, so y'all want to hop on that for tomorrow, or you can hop on the 3-day, 7-day, or 30-day. Football is right around the corner next Thursday. Hop on that NFL season pass. Y'all heard Tony what I did in the preseason, man. I promise y'all I'm going to carry it over into the regular season. And, yeah, man, hop on one of them long-term packages. Pair me in a 2-for-1 with any of the other hot cappers on here, man. A lot of people been hot. Tony been hot in MLB. Pair me up with Alex, who was hot in NFL last year, if that's your sport, man. Or pair me up with anybody on here, man. You can't go wrong. And let's make some money, man.
Let's make some money, guys. Get on board with Jay Briggs over at Pick Dogs Premium. See the results here. Great results here for 2022. Get on board. Also showing profit last 30 days. Well, yesterday as well. Over on the board right now, you can get on board with Jay's college football best bet. That's a single play right now here on a light card tonight. Get it on board, $25. Credit guarantee, which means it must turn a profit. It must win, or the amount is credited back into your account for site credit. So there you go with Jay's $25 college football best bet up on the board right now. Or the long-term passes. Look, Jay had a terrific NFL preseason, had a good read on these NFL teams. Why not get the 1-month all sports pass from Jay? Get all of his premium plays here from college football, Major League Baseball, and the NFL for the first 3 weeks. Remember, next week we got the Bills and Rams kicking off the season. So you can get all of Jay's premium plays for the first 3 weeks of the season. When you get that 1-month all sports pass, okay, of course you can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there, right, Jay? As always, great having you show. Continue that success. We'll talk with you again tomorrow.
All right, Tony. See you tomorrow.
You got it. Jay Briggs here on the drive through. Let's continue our coverage now. If you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap here at the end of the show. I do have Ninos' play. He said he was going to try to sign in and see if we can get the issues with his connectivity resolved. We'll see how that works here. As a matter of fact, let me put his camera in for the recap. Let me get that set in there just in case we get him in. I think we'll bring him in during the recap, and he'll be able to run down his game. Ninos here. Let me just go ahead and do some maintenance here on the channel. Yep. If he can get in, we'll get him in. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Now it's time for my pick. So let me put up my game card here for you tonight. We're going to Major League Baseball here between the Red Sox and the Texas. We've got the Red Sox game up here. Here we go. Red Sox here hosting the Rangers here. The Red Sox here minus 175. Total sits here at 9. And I'm going to go over the total in this one. We've seen the movement come down from 9.5 to 9, but I like the over here with the Rangers and the Red Sox. Glenn Otto here, scheduled starter. But let me just refresh this screen to make sure there has been no changes. Actually, it has been. We're looking for today here. I want to make sure it's today's action. I saw Mickle pitching tomorrow. Boy, he'll be on the mound tomorrow for Texas. Boy, my eyes just lit up when I saw that. All right, but anyway, Otto and Rich Hill still the scheduled starters here for tonight. No late changes there. Otto, it's a 20 starts, an ERA approaching 5. He's a contact pitcher, 17% strikeouts. But the thing that bothers me with him is the walk rate, 12.5% walks. That's not going to be good in this ballpark. Rich Hill, 19 starts, ERA over 4, whip of 1.25, gives up 1.10 home runs per 9 innings. The Red Sox over their past 10 games are hitting 308 against left-handers, and that's the Rangers here over the past 10 games. 308 against left-handers. The Red Sox in that period hitting 209. But the bullpen has been the big issue here for the Boston Red Sox. ERA near 6 over their past 10. In Texas, 35-21 to the over when they're facing losing teams. We're going to be looking here at this Texas and Boston game to go over the total here of 9 runs. Hey guys, check out Pick Dogs Premium right now. I have plays on the board for you right now here from Major League Baseball here, and the baseball game went off already. That we had an earlier game, but the one I have up there right now is my college football best bet, and it's my $15 premium play. So get on board with that right now over at Pick Dogs. Of course, it is a credit guarantee. Must turn a profit. The amount you paid for is returned back to you in store credit. So $15 best bet college football guaranteed. I hit my college football best bet guarantee last Saturday. I had Vanderbilt there in the blowout win. So get on board right now with my single play right now over at Pick Dogs with college football up right now on the board. You can also go long term with me with the 3, 7, or 30-day all sports pass. You get all of my premium plays for that time period you select. When you go over to my handicapper page and you make that purchase, and of course You could add me with another capper with a 2-for-1 cap promotion, even greater value there. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Doesn't look like we have El Ninos signed in. He's having connectivity issues, so let's go right now, right to the recap, and we'll go ahead and put up the games. We got a big L up there, but El Ninos was not able to sign in. So we had Alex Smart start us off. We went with Saturday action. We had a limited card today. BYU minus 11.5 against USF. El Ninos, well, here's his play. Braves-Rockies over 8. McMordie was here on the Missouri Tigers minus 20 against Louisiana Tech. Shane here was on New Mexico State and Minnesota to go under total here of 52.5. Tony Brown here on the Diamondbacks plus 120 against the Brewers. Millz says Spencer Strider over 7.5 strikeouts against the Rockies. And Jay likes West Virginia plus 7.5 against Pitt. And my pick was the Rangers Red Sox going over the total here of 9 runs. And that's where I'll be looking at the one I like the most. Well, I like Jay here's play here on West Virginia plus 7.5 here against the Pittsburgh Panthers, starting here top of the hour. All right, that'll do it here for this edition of the Drive-Thru, guys. Be sure to tune in again tomorrow live at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring our cappers in from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place, and they'll give out live free picks here for the games in prime time. Don't forget to get started every day, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. It's the morning show, right? We got Mitch and we have Chris Ruffalo, part of that morning crew, and of course they've got their Mitch's video series here, 7 picks in 5 minutes. We also have Ron Romanelli's Major League Baseball rundown, as well as Jovan's parlay pick. And don't forget, over the weekends, it's Brad and we've got Mills with their UFC show. And of course, we mentioned again, you want to set those notifications so when they're live, you're live with them. You can't miss any of those great picks they deliver on that show. MMA weekend, make sure you tune into that immediately following the morning show. That'll do it for tonight's show. Let's go ahead and bring in our group tonight. We're going to wave goodbye to you guys. You guys have yourself a great evening. We'll talk with you guys again tomorrow live at 6 Eastern.